The AMG GT was introduced back in 2014. Now, what makes these vehicles special, they have a classic style, you have more than enough performance, 5 different trims to go through. Yeah, it's not gonna be as fast as a 911 Turbo S. It's not gonna be fast as an MC20. But when you're getting a 0 to 60 around 3.1 seconds, who the hell cares? I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and I'm gonna go over the full exterior and interior, as well as take this vehicle for a drive so you can see the daily and some performance out of the 2025 Mercedes-AMG GT63 Coupe. This is in sun yellow over black Napa leather. We have the carbon interior package, AMG digital LED headlights, and daytime runnings that incorporate into the AMG grille. AMG night package and the extended night package. So we're gonna have all the black bits in the front, and that package blacks out the side skirt, as well as the mirrors on the quarter panel, around all the window trims, taking it into the rear, around the diffuser and the quad exhaust tips, and we got the AMG exhaust, so we also got the tips right there. Twin dome hood, so it just polishes off the front. I like the classic stance, but yet muscular stance that gets presented. Now for 2026, we have a special edition, which is off of the Formula One movie. But when you go this route, 577 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque. I mean, it's a thrill just to drive something like this on a day in and day out, and it's track ready right off the bat. You have the front lift, so that way you can go over speed bumps, because with these vehicles, they're so damn low to the ground, you can scrape the whole front. Underneath the hood is a 4.0 liter bi-turbo V8, and that's paired to an AMG Speed Shift or the MCT 9-speed automatic transmission, which is a dual clutch automatic transmission. Now, don't get me wrong, I would like to have over 800 horsepower and over 1,000 pound-feet of torque, but realistically speaking, when you go this route, how much more power do you really need? And I get it, we have the AMG Performance 4MATIC, which is an all-wheel drive system, so it's not a rear-wheel drive car, so it should be able to handle it fine. But I'm not all gung-ho about a PHEV. I mean, you're getting enough MPGs with this. When you're spending near $200,000, that's the least of your worries. And if you want the convertible, you go SL. With the 21-inch AMG forged cross-spoke black wheels. I mean, you know the deal. It has the AMG high-performance composite brake system, AMG electronically limited slip differential, AMG performance exhaust, with a 4-wheel independent AMG active ride control and roll stabilization, with a 5-arm multi-link front and a 5-arm multi-link rear suspension. Yellow brake pads housing 6 pistons in the front, the single piston in the rear. AMG right here in front of the LED taillights with the GT63. This is an automatic deployable wing, and it will adjust according to speeds or by the push of a button. But because the MSRP starts at near 180 grand, the Porsche 911 GTS is about $5,000 to near $10,000 cheaper, even when you spec it up. In both vehicles, you kind of have to a la carte them in order to get them as unique as they are. And every single feature is not going to be 500 bucks. It starts tacking on thousands to change that MSRP to over 196 grand. And for that money, I personally went MC20 Cello, because at the pricing, all of the vehicles are pretty much right in the 200 to 300 grand. When you go Cello, that's the convertible. When you go SL, you're gonna save about $100,000. That's really where the sweet spot comes into play, even though it's not going to be as fast as some of the competition, and it's still fast as hell. I mean, in the state of Florida, they've already passed the rule where if you go 100 miles an hour or over, you're going to jail. So the only way you can really enjoy this is going on the track. Power liftgate going into 11.3 cubic feet of storage, which is quite a bit of storage, but the con that comes into play is what this is. If you want to take it off, there isn't anything to hold it, and then it'll just kind of release. Kind of wish that they had just a little holder. I know it's nitpicking because you do have bag holders. You get a 12-volt LED interior lights. You get a storage area here. You get a little area here for storage as well. I mean, they do a good job capturing storage, especially when you're considering this type of vehicle, because that's not normally the case. But this is a handcrafted bi-turbo V8. We need to go inside and start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. The key fob to the AMG GT63 Coupe. Power seat adjustment, obviously. We got the Napa leather. Heated ventilated massage. AMG is going to be right here. And if you pick the SL, this will be room for 2 more. And you can clearly see there's not really that much room for those 2 more. Memory for the driver and passenger. And with the GT63, the only con that I have coming into this vehicle is you have a long entrance right here to just jump in because of the way the seats are really pushed inwards. It is somewhat of a driver-focused setup, but they don't really turn the screen too much. You get the carbon fiber interior package. You get the ambient lighting that goes across the whole door card here into the dashboard and the circular air vents with the Burmaster sound system. Let's fire it up. Heads-up display, auto-dimming rear view mirror, and ambient lighting that pretty much goes over the whole vehicle. You also have a little storage area here for the passenger. We got that carbon fiber that circles around the 11.9-inch infotainment screen. We have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming Bluetooth audio. Put it into reverse. We got a 360-degree reverse camera. You have a lot of different camera angles that you could do here. And you can just kind of swipe your finger around. You can also index it up. And you can click back into here, and you also have the park assist. Now the nice thing about going AMG 63, click onto here, you not only have the slippery mode, but you have the race mode here. Now if you don't want all of that performance, you just want the daily, you put it into comfort, you tick on your active exhaust, and now you're gonna have the sound that's gonna filter in, and we already have it on the race mode here for the gauge cluster. Now there's 2 sets buttons. One for the gauge cluster, one for the infotainment screen. So check this out. I literally don't have to do anything there. I can do everything here. And this is a touchpad. You could swipe up and down. You can also do it here with touch. You can go into the track pack. This is nice because you could do the drag, which when you're on the drag race, you're going to see the green lights. You can also go right here into this. You can go over here, click onto the home, and you can change this whole layout. So you can have the super sport layout. You can also do the navigation. You have your adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, steering assist. You can raise and lower the front. You got for the wing, and you can change this for your dynamics. You can also change this for the exhaust note and for the auto start stop. So I like that they capture that. This is the AMG driving unit. This is a upgrade. You can also change the driving modes right here as well with the aluminum paddle shifts. I wish these were carbon fiber because we do have the carbon fiber interior pack. Open this up to a wireless charger, 2 USB ports, cup holders. You got a palm holder here because the gear lever is on the steering column. This is going to be soft. It opens up into a medium-sized pocket. You got 2 USB-C ports there. Check out the leg space that you got, as well as headroom. Coupes always do a good job with this. Door panel and dash, it configures in together nicely. And the Burmaster 3D surround system. That's 15 speakers, 1170 watts through the interior of this vehicle. That's a lot. One touch up and down for the windows. It's frameless windows, soft materials everywhere with the carbon fiber and a medium-sized storage pocket. AMG GT63, 3.1 seconds, 577 horsepower, 580 pound-feet of torque. It's insane. We have the lifter, and we got performance. Oh, man. Not even hitting the high gear. I just want you to hear what that exhaust sounds like for a second before we actually go into performance. No concern about sound deadening here because, I mean, you got the exhaust note. Now, if we change it, you're still going to hear that exhaust note. So I appreciate that. I think Mercedes did a fabulous job, hands down on that. You don't feel like you're sitting so low to the ground, so I do like that because when you get into supercar money like you're at here, it typically is so low to the ground that you feel like you're going to just, that you're riding on it. And even that Tacoma that's in front of us would feel like it's like a lifted up truck. You don't have that same feeling here. The seat comfort is good. You're going to feel a little bit of the imperfections in the suspension, but we also have upgraded wheels. Definitely stands out of class. I mean, people were already just looking and turning their heads as we pass as if we're superstars in the vehicle. You could definitely daily this vehicle. Maneuverability. That's the beauty about these vehicles. Literally in and out of traffic. Wow. Getting up onto the highway. As you go up to a higher speed, the road noise does filter in a little bit more so, but the ride comfort is still pretty good. So you don't really sacrifice in that category. It's gonna take me to some pros and cons. Starting off with the pros is the styling. I just love it. By far, it's one of those vehicles that is classic. So it's very timeless and effortless, and it gives enough of that performance. Plus, it gives you it with a handcrafted bi-turbo V8, which is awesome. Mercedes is now going back on their words from those Turbo 4s also, so we're gonna be seeing a lot more of these bi-turbo V8s coming back. Interior has good space. The con, like I was saying on the interiors, you gotta kind of jump in. It's a pretty long leap going forward. But that 0 to 60, let's rock and roll. She is fast. Boy, she's fast. I mean, when you get up to speed this quick, that's what I was saying on the exterior portion of this review. It doesn't make sense. You really just want to have a comfortable driving vehicle. It ticks the box to that. And you also want to have a vehicle that you can enjoy, whether you're cruising around or just taking it out for some fun. And this ticks the box to all that. The cons is the touch pads here. I mean, you get used to it, don't get me wrong, but it's a little bit much. I mean, I get the configuration. You do have, hey, Mercedes, as you can see, but realistically speaking, how much more technology do you need? I like that it's not that tech driven, because what happens typically with these vehicles is they put so much technology, they forget about the drive, and that's not going to be the case when you go into Mercedes. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out this next video right here.